Okay, hold on. Can you guys hear me okay? I fiddled with some stuff in the audio settings, and last time that we did this, the audio was only coming out of one ear, so let me pull up the chat. The audio's quiet? It's good? Okay, cool. I was gonna say, I didn't tweak anything with the mic settings. But yeah, so, you know, as you can see by the title of the stream, I'm gonna be putting together the high-grade Cybaster. I know my 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 phone camera, it's mounted like right here, so you probably can't see the box super well, but you know, the box isn't important. I'd be building stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I had the day off work, so I figured, you know, even though it's the middle of the day and not a lot of people are probably going to be on right now, I don't really care. I just figured I want to put something together, so I might as well throw on a stream. And I've been tweaking my stream setup a lot, actually. Last time I streamed, my computer was behind me, and that made it basically impossible to read the chat. Now my computer is to the right of me. So that is making it a lot easier because I can just turn my head and look at like the computer instead of having to turn all the way around. That was really annoying. Okay. So, for those of you who don't know what this is, by the way, the Cybaster is from, I think it's a Banpresto original mecha. It looks very, like, Dunbine inspired, but, you know, it's not from Dunbine. It's from Super Robot Wars OG, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is a Super Robot Wars mech. This one was one that I was kind of on the fence about. And I was thinking about getting it for a while, but it just never really had my interest enough for me to want to pick it up over some of the other stuff that I really liked. I'll get all this stuff out of the camera shot in a minute here. I'm just kind of unboxing the bags right now while I talk to you guys. But yeah, so I don't know how many of you know this, or how many of you like follow my Twitter, my Discord, or any of that. If you don't, by the way, you definitely should. I'm pretty active on both of those platforms. Way more active than I am on YouTube. Honestly, work has been super busy for me lately. It's been very, very hard for me to put out videos. I've been, you know, dealing with, I'm still like, I know I've been in my new place for a while, but it's still been a hassle trying to keep like stuff clean. I've got a lot of stuff and not a lot of places to put it, so that's been kind of a little demotivating. I've got new equipment coming in. I actually just got a brand new editing software. So I'm in the process of learning that. I was using a cracked copy of Vegas Pro 15, and now I'm using Adobe Premiere Pro. I've heard that one is a little less user-friendly, but it is like a lot more powerful. So I'm hoping that'll streamline the editing process a little bit more, which should make video editing easier. But yeah, I've been working a whole lot. I've got my day job. Some of you guys know I'm in the National Guard, so that takes up one weekend a month. And then also, lately I've been picked up to work for Galactic Toys, helping to run their sales booth in the vendor hall at conventions across the country, which is what I was doing this past weekend. I was at Grand Rapids Comic-Con in West Michigan. That was a really fun time. I'll probably tell you guys more about that during the stream. Oh, Cole, yeah, definitely. I will appreciate any of the help I can get because I opened it up and I was fiddling around with it. I was like, okay, I don't understand any of this. I kind of get like a little bit of the basics, but if you could show me like some shortcuts and stuff, if you want to show me, I don't know, basically any help is much appreciated. I'm gonna fiddle with the lighting a little bit, see if I can get it to look a little bit better. But how is like this stream, the audio quality? I'm hoping that my voice is coming out of both ears this time, and I'm hoping that the video quality is better too, because I upped my bitrate. It was at 2,000, now it's at 9,000. And it was being downscaled to 720p. It should be at 1080p right now, but the free software I'm using to turn my phone into a webcam may be throttling that a little bit. How's the lighting looking? Does it look a little too dark on your guys' end, or what do we think? Trying to strike a good balance here. Everything is still a work in progress. It's good? Okay. I'm just try to figure out where I can put these runners. 'Cause I don't want the runners taking up like the whole screen, you know? But yeah, so I've got that new Premiere Pro that I'm gonna have to learn. Cole, you said you could help me out with that, so yeah, that's gonna be very, very much appreciated. They're like, oh, I think these are stands for the little, whatever they're called, the two little tiny drone things that he's got in that box art. But I've also got a brand new camera coming in, which is exciting. Not having to use a phone to record anymore. Well, you know, the iPhone camera that I use, it's not bad, but it's just very annoying to kind of just be using a phone and not a camera. But yeah, my buddy Dave's World, or I guess he's called Senpai Hobby on YouTube now. He does like the kind of similar stuff to what I do, but he does more like resin kits and stuff. And he definitely does like he does videos. He does a lot of live streams too. But he sent me a Canon M50, which should be able to record. I think it can actually record in what do you call it? Like 4K. I don't want to do 4K videos just yet, but it's nice to have the option. Also, I don't like these fold-out booklets. I don't know about you guys, but this shit's kind of annoying when it's not just like a normal book. Yeah, I'm excited to build this one. I have not had the time to build anything lately. I put together... Okay, so I put together the Real Grade High New. Galactic sent me the Real Grade High New, and that's going to be my next review on the channel. But like I said, I've been super busy with work. So... not any time to record that video, and I'm also kind of wanting to use the new Premiere Pro software and the new camera to record. I think Spotify. I think Spotify just died. So that's cool. Yeah. There's no. My Spotify just died. It was down earlier. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Discord, Spotify, and Last.fm and some other shit went down earlier, and I guess Spotify is going down again. That's awesome. So let me put on, I guess, some. See if I can get it going on YouTube because it's just picking up my desktop audio. So I don't want it to be like dead silence when I'm. Give me 1 second here. You're gonna have to bear with like the awkward stuff. Um. Okay. Well, I can't even get another YouTube video. That's yeah. Google must be having Google must be having some sort. Okay. Well, we're just gonna have an awkward dead silence stream whenever I'm not talking, I guess, because no fucking music at all is working. Um. My mic is cutting out. Jesus Christ. Technical difficulties plague my life, I swear. Okay, let me get these out. And then we'll actually start building. Is it cutting out bad, or was it just doing it for like a minute? Because I was kind of talking and turning away from the mic, and this is like whatever you call it, like that directional microphone. My audio's clipping out at the last bit of my sentence. Man, this is fucking annoying. Holy shit. Better now? Okay. Well, shit, I guess I should actually build something. Where's the sea runner? So what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So, let's see. Like I said, I'm working with Galactic Toys to help run their convention booth. And that's where I was this past weekend. I was at the Grand Rapids Comic Con. It's a bit of a small con, but it's one of the only ones we have on this side of the state in West Michigan. So I haven't actually been to that one in like, geez, I don't know, like 8 years. But it was very fun. It was cool. They brought me on as like their in-house Gundam expert, I guess is the way they put it, because I guess only a few of their employees don't. I guess only a few of their employees really like know a lot about the model kits. Like most of them build them, but not like I do. So they wanted me to come along and help sell them to people. So that was really fun. I basically got paid. Oh shit! Thank you for the donation. Chris N, $10. As he's thinking of painting the Barbatoros in original Barbatos colors. That would be a really cool idea, actually. I got my hands on the Barbatoros pretty recently. I bought all of the, what do you call them? Did that notification sound play for you guys? It's supposed to play the Evangelion theme, but I didn't hear anything. Because usually, like, that's how I'll usually know. Because I'm looking away from the screen most of the time. And I don't want to miss, like, a donation. I don't know why that shit is not playing audio for me. You didn't hear it? Hell. I tell you, man, streaming is fucking annoying. It's fun. I enjoy talking to you guys, and I'm sorry if I seem mad, but I'm not mad. I'm just like frustrated with this shit because there's always something wrong. At least I got like my actual setup configured, but like holy shit. Technical side of things is a pain in the ass. We try to I mean, at least the notification, you guys saw like the thing on the screen. I just don't know why it didn't send anything like desktop. Okay, my PC, I think it's my PC. My PC is just straight up fucking bugging right now. Because I'm not getting any audio from my, I'm not getting any audio, like, whatsoever from my desktop. I can't even, like, get sound out of my headphones. Now it's playing the Evangelion theme, and I have no idea why. I unplugged my headphones and plugged them back in, and it started playing the Evangelion theme. I fucking hate technology. I think we need to just return to cave times. Okay. There we go. Now I'm getting Spotify again. So I don't think it was Spotify fucking up. I think it was just my computer. Hey, what's up, Ross? All right, cool. Now I can't be looking at the chat too much because I still do gotta, turn my head away to look, but I will be able to look a lot more than last time. And something that's nice is that I can also use that new camera I'm getting as a stream camera. But something that's not so nice is that I'm going to have to buy like a little capture card thing. It's like a little USB dongle made by Elgato. and it turns like what is it? Like HDMI input to USB input or some shit like that. I don't know. But it should be better than the phone camera. Should definitely be a lot better. But the thing that sucks about that is that I'm gonna have to pay like, what is it, 130 bucks for that. That's not something I'm looking forward to. It was a mistake when our ancestors left the primordial soup. I agree. I agree with you. I think we would all be happier as, like, single-celled microbacterial organisms. You know what I'm saying? The weird thing to me, I hope that, you know, with the new camera I can do some color grading, and with the new editing software as well, like just change how the lighting looks in post, I guess. Because there's not a lot of options with an iPhone camera. Like, it's got good picture quality, but the thing is, yeah, like, you know, a real camera is much more ideal. It's weird because I'm using completely like white lighting. I've got white LEDs that are kind of like strung around my workspace. And I've got these two white LED light panels. But on screen, my computer, God, I can't speak. My phone camera is picking it up as like, it looks, I guess, a little yellowish. I don't know. Are you guys seeing that, or am I like tripping balls right now? I don't know. I'm not personally happy with how the lighting looks. But if it looks okay to you guys, then that is all that matters right now. Oh, and I did see somebody ask me what my thoughts on that, the new Gunpla releases were. I can't remember what they're calling it, but all the little daily announcements they're doing are. For me, there hasn't been much of anything that I care about that's been announced. But I did see they announced the 1/48 scale full mechanics Kenbu from the new Amime show, which I think that's pretty cool. And then, of course, the thing I was most happy about and actually super excited to see, they're doing a high grade Dragonar, Dragonar 1. And I love Dragonar. I'm really sad that it hasn't gotten an English release, but yeah, this is a tiny part. How does this even go in there? Oh, okay, I was putting it in upside down. That's my bad. Oh yeah, the entry grade new Gundam. I did see that. That's pretty cool. The entry grade line it's decent, but they need to make like, they need to make a Zaku so that I can buy like 100 of them and have a little Zaku army. Would I consider picking up the P Bandai Master Grade Amazing Exia? Probably not. I mean, I do have a decent Build Fighters shelf going on right now that it would fit in well with, but my problem is, like, I don't know, I just don't like the P Bandai Amazing Exia enough to, like, try to go out of my way. If it got reprinted on P Bandai, maybe, if I had the money for it, but it's not like anything that's a high priority for me right now. Definitely not enough for me to want to seek out, like, a P Bandai release of it, especially if it's, like, aftermarket prices. No way. The bee runner. Oh. The hands on this one are really cool. I really like those, like, spiked fingers. I don't know. I think I need to turn my lighting up a little, actually. It's hard finding a nice balance, I guess, because he's like, you turn the lights up too far and it gets blown, just like completely blown out, and if you don't turn them up far enough, then it's too dark. So, you know, it's kind of weird. But like I said, hopefully having an actual camera will help fix that. They announced the full mechanics can boot. Oh, was that the one with like the full like sliding cockpit gimmick and all that stuff? Because I honestly thought that that was the high grade when I saw that, so I didn't realize at the time that it was a different release. So that's kind of my fault on that one for being dumb. But I mean, technically it is a part of... Yeah, they announced it before, but technically it's like a part of this announcement one too, so... Even though it is old news, yeah, I'm still kind of excited for that. I do like the MIME designs. Davi48 says, hey, welcome to the stream, what's up? Probably need to invest in warm, cool lights. I'm trying to get more of like a cool lighting because I don't like the warm lighting. I don't know. I've never known anything about lighting really. I've learned a lot from doing like YouTube and stuff still, but I'm still a huge amateur at it. So, I mean, if I'm doing videos and stuff, I can get it to look decent, but no, it's still very, very annoying. Oh, like that. Okay. Yeah, it's nice to build something for the first time in, I don't know, probably about a week. I haven't touched any of my model kits. I've just had like no energy to sit down and work on anything. I just get home from work and, you know, completely just want to zone out and go to bed. And man says, "Stop YSG. What's up, man?" The forehead's a little bit finicky to get on. I don't know. I just got it in place. Hard to... It wasn't too bad. It was hard. It was harder getting like this, you know, little headpiece inside of the outer armor. It kind of reminds me of like a little horseshoe crab, actually. That's kind of cute. This kit worth 55 euros. Well, I'm not sure yet. I don't know. It definitely has a lot more plastic, it seems like, than your average high-grade kit. Oh, and it does come with an action base, so that is nice. I don't know about 55. Maybe something more like... Well, I don't know the euro to USD conversion, but I'd say about like 40-ish, like between 40 and 50. Why build this kit when I could be playing Halo Infinite? Because I'm not really into video games anymore. I played Halo Infinite for about like 4 hours last night with friends, and it was okay. I think they definitely need to fix some things. The head's done. I should probably actually work on stuff while I'm talking. They definitely need to fix some things. The melee feels very inconsistent with like the lunge. A little weird. It's not bad, but I think the biggest, most egregious thing they need to fix is the XP system. But other than that, it's pretty fun. I'm not, like, I don't know. Just kind of lost my passion for video games, I guess. Or like, I don't know if I ever really had a passion for them. It was more of just like, you know, just something you do for fun. It's a hobby. Definitely way more passionate about like Gunpla than I've ever been about like video games. But yeah, I don't know. It's just not something I like to do on my own anymore. If I've got a group of friends who's like, hey, hop on, you know, Halo Infinite, I'll be, okay. But yeah, I don't really care to play them like by myself. Oh, you got the Outframe D. That's the is that the Dragon Momoko one, right? They're the only people who've done an Outframe D, I'm pretty sure. How does this? Oh, wait. Oh, I had the part rotated wrong. Modeling is way more fulfilling. Yeah, I would agree. It's nice, like, you know, it's pretty relaxing to put something together, and then you've also got like little thing to play around with when you're done. Pose it however you want, and then you can put it up on a shelf and add to your collection. It's very cool. Also, Gunpla, bro, I have not. I just realized, you know, I haven't seen you around in a hot minute. I actually need to check out your channel. Have you been uploading at all? Because I haven't seen you on Twitter like in a while. How have you been? Okay, this one, the E-Runner. The E-Runner is definitely like a softer plastic. That's cool. Like, all the parts that they use for the joints are a softer plastic. The rest of it's like, I wouldn't say like brittle, but it's definitely more brittle than this. It's like just your standard Gunpla plastic. This feels like more rubbery, I guess. More like ABS, I guess, I would say. I'm still no expert in like what the different names of all the different plastics, but ABS is the stuff I know they use for modern master grade inner frames. I'm pretty sure. Cybaster torso has a ton of part separation. Yeah, I'm seeing that. It's pretty cool. When I took the parts out, I was like, oh, I don't know if I kind of like that pearlescent silver, but it's not too bad. It looks decent, you know. At least it doesn't. It's not like the injection gold and the injection silver that Bandai really likes to use, where you see that like darker color marbling inside of it, because that shit is just ugly. They used it on the real grade high new, and I have no idea why. Oh, before I get sidetracked again, while I'm building, let me tell you guys about the convention this past weekend. I was starting to get into it a little bit. Not a lot of like crazy stuff happened, or anything that's like story worthy. It was a really fun time. I actually got some cool stuff. I picked up a handful of new kits. I'm pretty sure I posted about them on Twitter. Again, if you don't follow me, fix that, because I post some really out of pocket shit. Mostly it's usually just talking about Gunpla or Evangelion memes or something like that. But I got this kit because, okay, so we were selling Gunpla at the Galactic Toys booth, of course, and I told myself it was this one and what? Oh, the high new, not the high new, the new Gundam Verka. I said, you know, I don't have a new Gundam Verka. I've been looking for one for a while. Never pulled the trigger on one when they were around. If nobody buys this by the end of the con, I am gonna buy it for myself, because I do get a 20% off employee discount when I'm working the booth. So I was like, yeah, I can justify that. So I picked up those two. I ended up, you know, I was being like, you know what? They paid me like a lump sum money at the end of the con. And, you know, I just had all that money on me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a couple other kits that we have here with the discount that I've been, you know, looking at for a while. So I ended up getting those two. I got the Master Grade Barbados finally. I was thinking, you know, I've heard that one is a really good kit. I'm not like an Iron-Blooded Orphans fan at all, but I've heard it's a really good build and it looks pretty cool. So, like, yeah, you know, why not pick it up? Plus, I've got the Iron-Blooded Orphans Mega House Mobile Worker figure, which is not. It's definitely not in scale with the Barbatos. It's probably more closer to like a 1/48th or like I don't even know, like a 1/30th something scale, but I figured that would be like a pretty cool thing to display next to it. I got the real grade Sazabi, and I got the master grade Gundam The Origin just because I like the shoulder cannon on it, and I've heard it's a good. What are the odds that we're going to get some Super Robot Wars 30 kits? I don't know, but I do know that Bandai is making all of the SRX mechs. Like, I know the first one's the R1. Is it just the R1, the R2, and the R3, or do they have different names? But I know they're making all three of them in the Super Mini Pla line, which I'm very excited for, but that's also going to be a lot of money. Oh, right there. But the thing that sucks is that they're making the R1, and then the next two to make up the SRX are going to be premium Bandai. So it's like, you really got to be on your game if you want to make the SRX, otherwise you're just going to miss it and, like, get fucked over. Let's see. 20, it's right there. Yeah, this does have a decent bit of part separation so far. It looks very cool so far. Like, I like the contrast of that. I have to, like, look at my monitor, my second monitor, to see if this is even in the frame, but looking very good so far. Do I have any Figurized model kits? I have, remember if it's Figurized, but it's like, I don't have any of the Digimon ones, because I'm not into Digimon. But I do have the Miss Rinko one from the Build Fighter series. The one that I own. Kind of looking over at my giant backlog pile right now, and I don't see any in there. Because I forget what I have, like, half the time. I've got about, like, 80 kits that I have not built yet. So I really need to start doing these streams more to try to burn through it, because I'm not going to review all of them. I'm going to be honest, I think I've been stressing myself out by feeling like, oh, if I build a kit, I have to review it. Honestly, I'm probably going to try to just stick with reviewing whatever it is that Galactic sends me next, and I'm just going to use my backlog for, like, I guess just personal enjoyment build. That's probably a thing that also keeps me from progressing through my backlog, like worrying about that kind of thing. I know it's kind of a dumb thing to worry about, but it's just like I've kind of psyched myself out over it, I guess. Kind of a balance between, it's like, you know, YouTube isn't my job. I don't have to do this all the time, but I also don't want my channel to die because I've worked very hard to get it to where it is. So I got to do something with it, you know? I do also like that it looks like they've undergated the pearlescent pieces that you don't ruin the finish. That's very much appreciated. Now, I think that undergating can be annoying because if you forget to cut off, or if you don't shave down the nub for the undergated part enough, then it won't fit together right, and you got to disassemble it and do it again. But when it's in cases like this where they're clearly doing it just to protect the finish, It's very much appreciated. Anything on like electroplating or like titanium finish, something like that. I don't know. Like they did it on the real grade tall geese because that had a very glossy white all over it. And that was really cool to not have to worry about like fucking up the finish. What kit do I really want Bandai to make? I want them to make a perfect grade Victory 2 Cybaster. I also want them to make just more Victory kits in general. I always forget the names of them. I can see the designs like in my head, but I just like I can't remember the names. I want them to make. I hope it's still going for you guys. There we go. Never mind. It must have just been like a little fluke. I can't think of it right now. It's like the main grunt that you see kind of like in the, I guess all throughout Victory Gundam, but it's like the Zanskar Empire one. I was gonna say it looks like a bug. It's not the Shoku. Obviously, it's not like, that's more of like an ace suit, I guess. You only really see like one of them and a couple of rig Shokus. What's the difference between cutting a part once or twice off the runner? Okay, so what you see me doing, I'm also using 2 pairs of nippers. So these ones are my sprue cutters. These ones are my god hands that I use for trimming up the plastic. And the reason for that is because it'll create stress marks if you just do one cut off the plastic, like I would show you right now, but I don't want to mess up any of the parts. So these 2-bladed nippers, right? When you cut the plastic, it pinches it, and the white like kind of marking you see on the plastic, that's stress on the plastic, and that's why it gets discolored. So cutting it away from the part first prevents that stress from reaching the actual part, and it just leaves it on the nub and on the little leftover sprue. The more you kind of whittle away at it, the less stress you'll actually see on the part. So that's kind of the purpose of it, is just to have the best looking finish without having to do any extra cleanup. Of course, having god hands makes it easier because these single bladed nippers, they have one side that's dull that you put up against whatever you're cutting, and then the super fine little will actually slice through the plastic instead of pinching it. Got what? Oh, that sucks. Oh, wraparound stickers. Oh no. Okay. Which ones? 7? I need a pair of tweezers. My old ones broke. The way I broke them was really stupid because I was building the perfect grade Evangelion, and I didn't have anything to use as like a leverage tool to try to fit the inner frame inside of the rubber suit. So I was trying to use my tweezers and they broke. I need a new pair of tweezers. They weren't that good anyway. They had very dull tips, so they were very hard to use for cows anyway. They just came in like a little Mr. Hobby beginner set or something like that, so I wasn't too mad about it. It is what it is. Use a hobby knife instead of god hand. Yeah, you can do it. My problem with a hobby knife, though, is that it's very easy to gouge the surface when you're using a hobby knife. That happened to me a lot. That's why I just decided to go with the hands. I find them to be a very worthwhile investment, but I get that not everyone has access to the means to purchase them. Not everyone has the money to spend like $60 on a single pair of nippers. This is actually my second pair of god hands because I wasn't using them properly. You're not supposed to use these as sprue cutters, and you're not supposed to use them on clear plastic, so that's how my old one broke. Because they are very fragile. The Gedlav, no, but that is another one I wish we'd get a kit of. I'm thinking of think it starts with a Z. I do want a kit of the Zanuck. The Zanuck is really cool. Man, I can't think of it. I'm literally looking at it right now. I've got like across from me is my bookcase, and I have one of the old MS and Pocket little plastic and metal figurines of it, and I just cannot think of the name. It's like red. It's got these big shoulders. It's like red and yellow. Of course, it's got bug eyes. Zanskar Empire suit. Also, I know it's a bit cliche, but on the topic of kits that I wish Bandai would make, I wish they would make. I wish that they would make that G-Self Verka, because I do like the G-Self. I know a lot of other people. Oh, I know not a lot of people like they actually like Reconquista and G, but what I've seen, like a lot of people tend to at least like the G-Self as a design. Oh, also, what do you guys think of that new, what is it called? It's like the UC Engage, the Universal Century Engage. What do you think of those mobile suits, if you guys have seen them, that got released? The designs. Because I am going to be completely honest, I'm not a fan. I don't really like how they look at all. They might grow on me. If we see them like in kit form, might look a little better. Honestly, I'm not impressed. Gundam submissive and Gundam breedable. Yeah, I saw people calling him that. I was like, it's like, I don't know. It's just, I guess the art for him looks really weird. I think they could look cool in kit form, but geez, I don't know. It kind of looks like a pre-G Reco kind of thing to me. No, this is really bugging me. The I have to know what this thing is called. The Zoloat. That's what I knew. It started with a Z. The Zoloat. I want that. Okay, and a Zanspine. I actually did pick up a Zanspine Converge little figure at the con, but I want like an actual kit of that thing, because that thing is like the anti-Victory Gundam. It's like Zanskar, yeah. Zanskar's Victory Gundam, basically. Helix, to answer your question, if you're talking about just like making 2 kits with these, you're still pinching the plastic when you make a second cut. It may not make as much stress as just doing 1 cut, but like because you're still pinching the plastic, you're still going to be left with a pretty nasty nub mark. A very easy and free tip you can use to clean up your... If you've got a little bit of white, not a super bad nub mark, like left over on the part, just run over it back and forth with your fingernail, and that will actually remove some of that scarring. There we go. Sorry, I was focusing. I didn't want to lose that tiny little gem piece. Anyone else use the top coat Gundam markers? Top coat Gundam markers? No, I've never even heard of that. For top coat, I use this. I've got it right here, actually. Mr. Hobby, Mr. Super Clear. This stuff is like 12 bucks a can, but I've gotten a lot of use out of it. And because at my new place, I don't have a spray booth, and we don't have a garage. I don't even have an air compressor anymore. It wasn't mine. I was actually using my dad's air compressor at my old place, and he wanted it back. So I kind of got to buy one now. I do want to paint some more though, because I enjoy painting. I'm just not like super good at it. But that's how you learn, you know? You just practice and get better. A few things I have done with an airbrush though, I did really enjoy. I think I did paint up an SD. I'm actually pretty happy with how it turned out. And I did learn a lot, so it was fun. Oh, man, I keep getting distracted. I said I was going to tell you guys more about the convention. I was like, yeah, I'm going to tell you more about the convention before I get distracted. And then I went on a completely like different tangent and got distracted anyways. So when we were setting up, because the convention was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we got there on Thursday to set our booth up. And when we were setting it up, I hadn't looked up anything about the convention. Like, I didn't know any of the guests that were going to be there. I just didn't really think to look into it because I was like, well, I don't know how much time I'm going to actually have to walk around or do anything, depending on how busy it is, you know. Man, that looks cool. I'm glad I picked this kit up. This is a fun build so far, and it looks really, really cool. I guess it's going to be probably about... Have I ever failed painting a kit? Oh, absolutely. I was actually working on a, before I went to boot camp, I was working on a high-grade Age 1 normal. I did a lot of scribing on it, and I spent about a week, like, just practicing scribing techniques on it and trying new things, and I was, seam welding and doing all that fun stuff. And then when it got to painting, I didn't think about how, you know, white paint is kind of a pain to get like a nice bright white, and I was trying to paint like white over a gray primer, so I just could not get it to look right. Basing. Flips onto there. There. So I ended up spraying way too much white. I got impatient. I also messed up some of the orange to the point where I just kind of gave up and pitched the kit because I was like, well, this is kind of unsalvageable. But yeah, it was a good learning experience. Now I know that I can't paint white over gray primer and that there is white primer. So, you know, I don't consider it a waste. I did fail at my original goal, but I learned something important, so I'm not mad about it at all. Green parts have to be rotated. Okay. And then what? These yellow parts go on there? Hit it down. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Or are they yellow parts? Where? What runner? Where's the A runner? Oh, not yellow parts. I don't know why I thought those would be yellow. They're on this runner. Let's see. 4, and then oh, it's just 4 on both runners. So, we get to the convention, right? And I'm walking around, and I kind of passed by. So our booth was by the artist alley, which was right by where they were having like the celebrity guest booths, because you know the celebrities will have their own panels and stuff, but they also just have these tables like the autograph tables. If you've ever been to a convention, you know what I'm talking about, where they sit. You know, you stand in the line, you go talk to them, shake their hand, get a video with them, get a picture with them or something. And I was looking at him, I was like, okay, Johnny Youngbosch, the guy who did Ichigo and Bleach and some other stuff. That's like, they had the picture of Ichigo up there for him, and people kept coming to our booth asking if we had Ichigo stuff for him to sign. I don't watch dubs for the most part, so I'm not really familiar with his work, but I think I think he was at Grand Rapids Comic Con the last time I was. But anyways, I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I think Veronica Taylor is her name, the lady who did the Ash Ketchum voice for the Pokemon dub. They actually had a lot of people from the Pokemon dub there. But I'm looking at them and I see Channel Awesome is going to be there. And I don't know if you got, like, how many of you guys know. I'm sure some of you do. But, like, the Nostalgia Critic. And I was like, oh my god, no fucking way. Like, the Nostalgia Critic's going to be here. Like, I did not think at all. Like, because it was a small convention. I didn't know. They're actually based out of Chicago. So, I mean, that makes sense. It's kind of close for them. So that was like, I was like soy facing. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to meet the Nostalgia Critic. Holy shit. You know? So the next day rolls around and I did go to his little, what do you call it? The celebrity table. I went to the celebrity table and I got to talk to him. He was very cool. He was very enjoyable to talk to. We actually were talking about like YouTube stuff because I was like, yeah, man. I was like, I know you do like reviews and stuff, and I was like, I kind of do the same thing. I've got like a channel, like it's not huge, but it's got a little respectable amount of subscribers for how long I've been doing it. You know, about like a year and a half that I've been uploading or so. He's like, yeah, man, that's totally cool. And then I got a video of him saying, you know, that I failed No Nostalgia Critic November. That's on my Twitter if you want to watch that. It's kind of funny. He did charge $20 to get the video taken, but the money, like all the money that he makes off of that, he said is going to charity. So I was like, okay, that's not a problem. And my friend ended up actually paying the $20 anyway. I was like, you don't have to do that. I've got $20. But he's like, nah, man, it's cool. So I guess technically I got the video for free, but anyways, that's not the point. So later that night, I was walking around the con because it was pretty slow, and you know, I'm just looking at the vendor booths, and I look over like to the left of me, and the guy standing next to me was Doug Walker. And I was like, oh shit, funny to run into you again. And he was like, oh hey man, what's up? He's like, we talked earlier, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised you know remember me, because like I know we only talked for like probably 5 minutes, but you know, I'm sure you see a lot of people like throughout the day. He's like, oh yeah, man. He's like, it's all good. Remember we talked about like YouTube and shit. So we were just kind of bullshitting for about like 10 minutes or so. And like I said, super nice to talk to. Like he's very, very down to earth and approachable. Like he'll just, if you know, talk to him about anything and he'll just have a conversation with you like he's your buddy or something. Like he's just a cool guy. And I was talking to him about like, you know, I like picking other content creators' brains, I guess, as to how they like do their work and stuff, because it's something that interests me, and it's also something that I can kind of apply to myself, I guess. I said the big thing that I deal with is like burnout, I guess. You know, like I said, so how do you personally deal with that stuff? And you know, he did give me some pretty good advice and like genuine, honest encouragement, and that was pretty cool. That was that. We talked about like 10 minutes, and I was like, yeah, I'm going outside to have a smoke. Like, no worries, man. There was a booth there at the convention that, oh, by the way, look at this. That looks really cool. I'm very happy with how this thing looks. The stickers on the shoulder eyes. Oh my god, it didn't even tell me anything about that. Okay. Well, I guess we're taking the top piece off. Thanks for mentioning that. I feel like that's something that should just be like hand painted anyway, because you've got that yellow color separation that's already there. But oh. Oh well. Not hard to take that piece off. So the next day, oh no, I was saying there was a booth at the con that just sold like pickles, and I was like, okay, gonna be a pickle vendor here, but I tried them; they were pretty good. So you know, just like it just like crossed my mind. I was like, oh, did you try the pickles here yet? And he just looks at me with a straight face. He's like, I fucking hate pickles. And I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, you don't like dill or sweet or any of that stuff? He's like, nah, man, I don't like pickles. Like, okay. So next day rolls around. Con was a lot busier because it's Saturday, you know. Finally get kind of like a break towards the end of the day. Sun's starting to go down, so whatever. I was like, okay, I'm going outside for a smoke. And there's like this area out in front. It's not a smoke pit, but it was kind of like this little hubby for like a bike rack that all of us vendors would go out to, and we'd all kind of smoke together at. So I'm standing out there. I'm talking to some people that I met during the con that I recognized. We're just kind of bullshitting. And you know, they walk away, and I see this guy who's, he's got a really cool looking jacket. So I walk over to him, and I'm like, hey man, I really like your jacket. Where'd you get it? He was telling me about it. I can't remember. Wish I would have written it down because it was, but, he was just telling me about it. We were talking, and I said, like, yeah, so are you a vendor? Because this is, like, usually where, like, the vendors hang out and stuff. Are you a vendor? You know, are you just kind of a con goer? Like, what's up, man? And, he said, no, I'm actually with the celebrity panel. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I was like, who are you with? And he's like, oh, I'm with Channel Awesome. It was, Malcolm. If you guys know Malcolm, he's in a lot of the newer Nostalgia Critic videos. And I was like, no way. And there was two people standing to the left of him, and they popped out from like behind him, and it was Doug Walker and Cinema Snob. And Doug Walker, he's like, oh, you're the guy with the YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, what's up, man? And so we were all just talking again for probably about, like, I don't know, I think it was probably like 20 minutes total before we all decided to go back inside. It was pretty cold out. But Malcolm pulled out like a dab pen, like for weed, and they're smoking. I was like, oh man, what are you smoking? That smells good. And Doug was like, he's smoking exactly what you think he's smoking, man. And I was like, well, yeah, you know, I figured, but like what strain? And he's like, oh, I don't know, it's some shit called like Mike Wazowski or something. So we were laughing about that. I can't remember how, like, we were just talking about weed for like a hot minute, and something, I think, oh yeah, I was like, yeah, you know, like, it affects everybody differently, like, it's just kind of weird like that. And Doug was like, oh yeah, man, like you said, I don't like to smoke weed because it kind of makes you paranoid a little bit, and it gives you the munchies bad. He's like, but I do like smoking Delta 8. That shit rocks. And I was like, I can't believe I'm standing out here like smoking with the Nostalgia Critic, and he's telling me about how much he loves to smoke Delta 8. This is the most like surreal experience of my life. It was like the highlight of my weekend, and probably like the best story that I've got to tell people now, like, to date. That was a pretty fantastic like weekend overall, just because of that. And it was very fun getting to go to a convention again in general, because I haven't been to one in years. What's up, train fans? Welcome to the stream. How have you been? Oh, in triangles. Somebody asked something about stickers. Hold on, if that's not gone up in the chat, try to look at that when I keep bumping my mic with my headset, so I'm sorry if you keep hearing like a poof, 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 you know. My headset has a built-in microphone on it, and this shit keeps catching my microphone. Because the microphone I'm actually talking into, it's like mounted like up here. Oh, it's right there. It says, you hater like stickers. I think if they're like inset, kind of like this, they're not too bad. But overall, obviously I prefer color separation, or at least part separation, so it's easier to paint. You know, if you actually paint it, like, the least amount of masking you have to do is preferable. Like, the less amount, I don't know, I cannot speak. Oh my god. The less masking you have to do, the better. Because masking it can be very annoying, especially on smaller parts. Okay, that is that's the torso done. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you guys can get a good look at it right there. Hard getting it like exactly in frame. Part of the stickers aren't necessary for color correction on the chest. Yeah, no, it's got a yellow part underneath it. I just don't have like all of my markers and all my stuff here yet. I haven't moved everything over from my old place yet. Like I said, man, I've been so busy with work. I haven't even had time to do the stuff I need to do like in my daily life, much less do YouTube stuff. Let's see, so building 2 of these. I need the B run. I'm thinking about making a separate channel to archive my streams on. I want to keep streaming on this channel because I don't want to try to build another channel from the ground up, but I don't want, let me see. I don't want, like, archive streams to be polluting my video feed, if that makes sense. Like, you know, somebody comes to my channel and they got to sift through a bunch of archive streams to see my actual videos. But if I like save the recording and put it on like a separate channel, then that might be ideal, because then people can still watch them. I don't think I'd use it for like a revenue source, because tracking 2 different AdSense accounts, you can't have 2 different AdSense accounts. I don't even know how you'd link them. I just probably wouldn't bother with like ad revenue on that one. Just use it as an archive channel. Been slacking on going to the gym. Dude, me too. I actually ordered myself something for gym motivation. So I ordered this like this poster. I guess it is kind of questionable. Okay, I used this website that makes posters for you. Like, you upload an image and you turn it into like a poster. They print it out for you and ship it to you. I guess it's kind of questionable because it is like it's somebody's art, I guess. But it's like a picture I got off of Google Images. But it's like, it's art of Misato, and I put text over it that says, "Are you sure you don't want to go to the gym today?" And I got like a full-size poster print. I'm going to put it over my door so I see it every time I'm walking out of my room. One of my buddies, he did that, and he said it helps him a lot. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. That's kind of a hilarious idea. Why not? And it was only like $20. Off Misato? No. It is kind of a, not really a lewd one, but it is kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's one of those things where it's not lewd at all, but you can tell that the artist like does porn, like they draw porn. So like, just based on their style and how they draw things. Like, I don't like, I don't know, like the lewd anime figures, the stuff with like the only thing I have like that is like my Misato figure that she's like in a bikini, but I got that because it's a high quality figure and it was an offer I couldn't refuse. So I don't really care for any of that stuff myself. I think it's kind of, I don't want to be mean. Like, I personally would find it tacky to display that stuff in my room. I get there's people who like to collect that. Like, one of my favorite YouTubers, his name is Anime Please 123. He literally just has like Nekopara hentai framed giant posters like all over his house. I'm like, you know what, man? I can respect it. You got the balls to put that up in your house, man. I would never do something like that myself, but more power to you. What's the site called? I think it's called Poster Burner. They have some deals going on right now, actually. You can get some pretty decently sized posters for good prices. Like I said, mine's a full size like poster print. Like, you see, like, I don't know how to describe it. I can't remember the dimensions, but it's like, you know, you get a poster from like Five Below or Hot Topic or something. It's like that size. Is Five Below even like a national thing, or is that like a Midwestern thing? I don't know. I think it's like a national chain thing. Little Iggy says, I love your Twitter so much. Well, thank you. I love tweeting. As you can tell, I'm on Twitter like 24/7. It's probably not good for me. It's probably making me like miserable. But I like posting funny shit. actually kind of cool. Like my Twitter account has grown a lot over the past year. Actually, I'm probably gonna hit 10,000 followers by the end of the month. I would say if it keeps growing up like this. I think it's only like 400 some followers away. That's kind of cool. Not that, you know, all those numbers are arbitrary anyway. They don't really mean anything. I think you can get paid off. I was gonna say you can't really get paid from it, but I think there's like super followers now or something. But it's like nobody's gonna super follow Evangelion meme account. How did... Oh. Cool. Five Below's on the East Coast? Okay. I've been on places, you know, around the East Coast. I've been to Florida, I've been to Virginia, I've been to South Carolina. Of course, I'm in Michigan. I've been to like Minnesota and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never been outside like the East Coast or the Midwest. So I kind of figured as much, but I thought maybe it was a big enough chain to maybe be outside of that. Nice voice, by the way. Thank you. I actually got a new mic, so it's picking up the bass in my. I've always been told I have a bit of a deep voice, like not like super deep or whatever, you know, like whatever, you know. But I think the new mic definitely makes my voice sound a little bit better. I used to use a Blue Snowball, and then at some point I was using like this lapel mic, and I hated using that, which sucks because that was like $150. But it's okay. It's in good condition. I can probably find some guy on like Facebook Marketplace who wants to buy it. Because God knows I'm not going to use that thing anymore. I'm using this microphone. This thing's really nice. I'm using an Audio-Technica 2020 right now, by the way. Which was kind of like the YouTuber standard for a while, I guess. But now it's like a Shure SM7B. But I think the Shure SM7B is a bit overpriced. I think this one's fine for me. If I'm ever making like absurd amounts of money to the point where I can just buy something like that and not have to like worry about it, like if it's going to be worth it or not, I guess I would get one. But yeah, this is fine for now. Oh, and speaking about traveling places on the East Coast, I am going to, I guess I'm going to New Jersey tomorrow. I'm flying out to New Jersey tomorrow because I'm staying in Newark. But I'm going for Anime NYC. I'm working the Galactic Toys booth at Anime NYC, so if any of you happen to be going to Anime NYC as well, I know it's a pretty big convention, make sure to stop by the Galactic Toys booth because I'm going to be working there. Come say hi. I'll sell you some Gundam model kits if you like. The thing that sucks is because it's such a big convention, it's going to be so busy, I'm not going to have the chance to walk around and do fun stuff like I did at Grand Rapids Comic-Con, but it's also going to be really cool going to New Jersey, New York, and going to that convention. Also going to Chicago in December because I'm going to be working the Galactic booth at C2E2. In wrong? No, I didn't. That's right. Whew, I was worried that I put that in wrong. Keep up. I need to like chop this. Hold on. Nope, that's not comfortable. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna put my headphones on backwards so that I can get the microphone out of the way, but that didn't work. Yeah, the little headset microphone on my headphones keep bumping the microphone. Yeah, if you hear occasional noises, that is. You see me at Anime NYC, hey bro, yeah, definitely make sure to stop by and say hi. Yeah, but if you pull up to the booth, you may not know it's me because like I don't really, I don't show my face on the channel. I don't really post my face often on my Twitter. Um, I posted some pictures from the last convention because I did get some pictures with some Masato cosplayers, which I was really happy to see. I'm hoping to find more at Anime NYC, because that would be really cool. But um, yeah, no, just pull up to the booth and be like, which one of you guys has a YouTube channel? And they'll probably all point at me. How much did this one cost? I think there's a price tag on it somewhere, but I also bought it from the convention booth, so it's a little bit marked up from MSRP because, convention merchandise is always a little bit more expensive. You've got to pay for, if you've got employees like Galactic does, we're on the payroll, so you've got to pay for labor, you've got to pay for the cost of getting the stuff to the convention, and you got to pay for the cost of the booth itself, of course. So thankfully, I do get a 20% off employee discount for buying stuff from the booth while I'm there. That mitigated like the upcharge. The Cybaster, yeah, it is a little expensive. I've seen it go between like 45 and 55, but I don't know what the actual MSRP on it is. It's been a good kit so far, though. I definitely don't regret picking it up. It will go nicely up on my Super Robot shelf. And I do need to get more shelves in general, just because, like, I like to have my things very organized, but I can't really do that right now because I've got so much just like random shit. Like, oh, there's one kit from Victory Gundam, there's one kit from F91, 4 kits from Wing, 15 kits from Seed, 5 kits from Zeta. Like, I don't really know how to organize any of my shit. And I don't have the space to kind of dedicate a place to each different series, So I just kind of have my stuff organized very mismatched right now. But the one shelf that I do always keep, one shelf I do always keep organized by itself. I always make sure to keep my Super Robot series stuff by itself. Because even though they're all from different series, I think they all still look really good together. Like, I'm looking up at it right now. I've got a Infinitism Kotetsu Jig, my Flyobot Gurren Lagann, Super Mini Pla King Jader, Perfect Grade Evangelion Unit 1, Real Grade Evangelion Unit 0 with the Positron Cannon, the Kotobukiya D-Style Shiranui from Muv-Luv, and then I've got the SDCS Galgai Gar that I kit bashed with the Kotobukiya D-Style Star Galgai Gar parts. Uh-oh. Hold on. One sec. My desktop audio just stopped playing again. Can you guys still hear me? Because the music just cut out again. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. This shit has been bugging me since the beginning of the stream. We had it go down. I don't know how many of you guys have kind of changed in and out or have been here since the beginning of the stream, but the music went down before and wouldn't come back until I just like unplugged my headphones and plugged them back in. Never mind. I think it was just the song track. There was just like silence in the song track because I just skipped the song and it's going now. Who knows? Like I said, technology was a mistake. I was gonna say, oh, Ted Kaczynski was right, but I think that would put me on a government watch list if I went on record and said that. I don't think I can say those types of things being in the military. They'll probably fire me. Also, Mel, you were talking about the Macross Plus movie earlier, I saw, but I was talking about something else, so I didn't respond to it right away. But none of the theaters in my area are airing the Macross Plus movie, so I can't go. I thought maybe they would do it at like the IMAX or something, because they play some anime movies at the IMAX. My local theater, they've been doing like the Ghibli movies and stuff lately, but they kind of do that like once a year. I think the last anime movie I went and saw in theaters was the Broly movie, actually. I don't even like Dragon Ball, but my buddy was like, let's go see the Broly movie. I was like, okay. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it's not too bad. I'm not a Dragon Ball fan at all, but it was a fun watch. A 8, 15, and 13. Oh, that 15. That's okay. That's a pretty big piece, actually. And I've got, you know what I was thinking about doing? Somebody brought it up to me, and I was like, you know what? That's a pretty good idea. I like that idea. I was thinking about doing like a backlog tour video, because I've been wanting to do like an update video to kind of talk about the stuff that I've been talking to you guys about on the stream. Like, just, you know, sorry for not making videos so much lately. I've been super busy, all that stuff, getting a new camera, all that stuff, you know. But I didn't just want to put out an update video, so I was like, yeah, I could probably like do a quick little backlog tour video. People might like to see that, just because like it's just something, and I could shoehorn like personal updates into that, because only a fraction of my subscribers watch my videos, and a fraction of that fraction actually tune into the streams. So, you know, putting out information in streams will reach some people, but it won't reach like the people who are my active like video viewing audience. I get there's some overlap with, you know, my Discord, and I'm putting out information in my Discord constantly. I'm always in there talking to people. There's that, and my Twitter. It's kind of funny. A lot of people on Twitter were like, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel, and I was like, damn. It's it kind of sucks, because like I like using Twitter to promote. That's kind of why I made a Twitter, was to promote my YouTube channel and to network and meet people and shit post. And now it's just become like I'm just known for my Evangelion shit posts mostly. Will you see a kits built in 2021 video? Yeah, I could do one of those, as long as I've got the time for it. I don't want to make, like, promises, because, like I said, you know, my schedule is pretty unpredictable, and usually, more often than not, I'm really busy. So it's hard for me to predict when and how much I'll be able to actually make videos, but that is something I would like to do, because I enjoyed making last year's. I just have to remember which ones I built. That's kind of why I was doing a build thread on Twitter for a while. I kind of stopped doing it because I fell behind on it and I forgot. But I was doing that to catalog what kits I was building this year for that purpose. So I could go back and easily find the ones that I built this year off of that thread, pull them off the shelf, and then make a video about it, you know? So I could probably do that. I definitely built a lot less kits this year, especially since I was gone for about 5 months. Yeah, it's a very, very real possibility that you could see that video in the future. Is this supposed to have... I think it is. It's supposed to have that... Yeah, okay, it's in the manual. Never mind. I could have just looked at the manual. What am I not putting together right? Let's see. One. I'm not gonna build the hands right now because I'm gonna make him flip through this. But I know he's got a sword, so I'm make him hold his sword. So for this one, I'm gonna not build the hand because it's gonna have me build the holding hand later. But I will build the open hand for the left arm. Also, I hope this camera angle is okay. Last time I streamed, I had just my tripod up, and the camera angle was like super close, and my hands were blocking the work I was doing on the kit most of the time. So it was just like you were watching like the back of my hand. Now I've got it on like little wire mount, like something that you clip onto your phone. It's this thick wire cable, the clip on the other end. And the thing that sucks about it is like, here, I'll do it right now. You bump anything that it's attached to, it will bounce around crazy. Do I normally fix seam lines or no? When I'm just snap building a kit, no. I can't do it right now because I don't have any of my sandpaper here. But if I'm trying to paint a kit, then yes. Because there's some times where I'm like, you know, I just want to put something together. Don't really want to put a ton of work into it. I just want to build something and have something to play around with. And that's most of the time. That's also because, well, right now especially, I don't have the tools to do that. Like, to paint stuff. And it's also just kind of a time thing. I think if, I was going to say when, but it's more of an if, because I've not had a backlog for a long time now, and it's only getting worse and worse. But if I ever get to a point where I don't have a backlog and I'm just like buying one kit at a time, then I'm probably going to shift more towards working more on each individual kit. You know, like making sure everything's painted up. I'd like to do more custom painted builds. Just painting everything up. At the very least, doing like panel lining, color correction, top coating, decals, all that fun stuff. But right now I'm just kind of trying to like burn through my backlog, I guess. Kind of like a little bit of an abusive relationship. Like, I love having a backlog. It's nice having like a small hobby store inside of my room where I can just be like, what do I want to build today? I've got like 80 different things that I can pick from. But then it's also like, man, this is kind of stressing me out, you know? So almost like I don't want to get rid of my backlog. You can drastically decrease backlogs by not buying duplicates. Well, I've never bought a duplicate. The only duplicate that I own is the Master Grade Hazel Custom, and that's just because the person who sent me those sent me 2 of them. Yeah, unless you're customizing them, I don't really get the point of duplicates unless it's like a grunt suit or like mass production or something. Because like, I'm gonna be honest, like I'd buy more than one like just normal Zaku 2 just to have it like if I'm doing like a display. I am planning on if the Jegan ever gets reprinted, I'm gonna buy a couple Jegans. I'm gonna buy a couple of Gyaradogas and Gyarazoolus if I can ever get my hands on them. Because I want to do a Char's counterattack display. And now that I have the new Gundam Verka and the Sazabi, I really want to get those panel line decaled up and then have Jegans and like whatever have you, just suits from Char's counterattack. I've got the Reborn 100 Yagdoga as well, and actually pretty soon it's been shipped. I don't know when it's coming in the mail, but I've got the Quest Airs Yagdoga coming in as well from Premium Bandai. Have ever thought about dioramas for specific builds? I have. That's another thing I'd like to get into building. That's gonna come after I reach a point of confidence with painting the model kits themselves that I'm happy with, where I can just kind of at least comfortably achieve results that I'm looking for. It's gonna take a lot of experimentation and practice, but yeah, I want to learn to paint the model kits first, and then I want to get into diorama building. I don't know if you guys follow It's a Gunpla at all, but he just finished his Cassie and his Penelope. Like, he painted those a while ago, but he's been working on this like cliffside lighthouse over the water type like diorama, and he just made a video about it, and that shit looks pretty cool. I want to do stuff like that and get into doing custom LED work. Greetings from Sydney. Hey, what's going on? You were on like the other side of the world from me, or well, I guess kind of like to the left of America. But you're off the West Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast, so I guess technically like the other side of the world. What time is it there for you? It's very interesting how the hands go in. It's like a half ball, but it works. Cool. I do really like those hands, the pointed fingers. They look super cool. I love super robots, man. They've got so much like charm and flair to their designs. Like, real robots are really cool because I love realistic mechanical design, but man, like you can't beat the super robots. I wish Gao Gaigar got more kits than just Super Mini Plus stuff, because, man, I'm actually rewatching Gao Gaigar right now because I finally sold my friend on it. I think he's only watched Giant Robo. He's watched Giant Robo, he's watched Big O, he's a big fan of Big O. And he's watched, like, the Mobile Suit Gundam movies, like the movie trilogy. But yeah, I've been trying to sell him on Gao Gaigar. I was like, dude, this show has like everything, and it is like, I genuinely regard Gao Gaigar as like an anime masterpiece. It is forever gonna be in like my top shows. Man, he was just like not interested at all. He's like, no, I don't care, blah blah blah, whatever. And I was like, dude, just watch episode 1 with me. I showed him last night, and he was like, holy shit. He's like, this fucking rocks. And I was like, yeah, that's what I've been telling you. It's awesome. Like, you see why it's like this is only episode 1. Like, it literally only gets better from here. Like, yeah, it's monster of the week for the first half of the show, and as you get towards that halfway point, it does get a little bit like, all right, they've been kind of doing the same thing more or less for a while. They do, like, they're constantly introducing like new characters, new mechanics, and like upping the stakes and stuff, so it's not boring, but you kind of do get a little, at least for me, the Monster of the Week formula did become a little bit grating, but then they kick into the second act with the more overarching story, and if you haven't seen it, I might spoil anything for you, but yeah, dude, it's such a great show. And then with Final OVA, oh my god. Yeah, I know the SDCS Gao Gaigar exists, but like, that's literally just one kit and it's an SD. And not to knock SDs, I like SDs, but like I want like show accurate kits as well. The plastic on this one's very nice, by the way. It's very soft. Not like even the purple, really not marking like at all. Very, very high quality feeling. Mel, I know that you're an SMP shill, and you know that I've bought SMP kit. I have the SMP King Jader. I paid like $250 for it. Super Mini Play like literally never gets reissued, so you have to go to the aftermarket and pay aftermarket prices for that shit. Oh yeah, I guess we could see a new kit for Gao-Gai-Gar, but Tamashii Nations just picked up the Gao-Gai-Gar and Gao-Gai-Gar final IPs for new figures at least. That'd be cool. I'm excited to see what they do with that. And Dunbine. And Ideon as well, which I was surprised by. Have I ever watched Iron-Blooded Orphans? I have not finished it. I've attempted to watch it. The first few times, so my problem with anime, and this isn't, this is just with anime in general, I have a very short attention span. I'll admit that. Usually I'll watch like 4 to 5 episodes of a show, and even if it captures my interest, like I'll just kind of put it down to go do something else, and I'll just forget to continue the show. Like I'll just never really get around to it. And then by the time I get back to watching it, I already forgot what happened, so I just go back and rewatch those episodes. And it's just kind of like a cycle. Now, let's see. Iron-Blooded Orphans, I tried watching it like 3 different times. It was okay. I wasn't thrilled with what I saw. It just didn't capture my interest. And then I was like, I sat down one day. I was like, I'm going to give the show a fair chance. I'm going to actually try to watch through it. I watched like 15 episodes. At one point, it literally put me to sleep. Like, I fell asleep watching it. I woke up like an episode later, and I didn't even know I was on a different episode. And I watched a couple more episodes. It was just like, I don't know, man. This show's not for me. It's definitely like my least favorite Gundam series besides Gundam Wing, I would say. And, of course, I haven't even made it to Season 2, but literally everything I've heard from people talking about Season 2 just says the writing completely falls apart. The idea was there, but the execution wasn't. And like, you know what? That's not really encouraging me to ever finish it. So, not an IBO fan, but I am a fan of Ippei Gyobu, who did the mech designs for that. That is why I don't mind picking up the IBO kits, because I do like how the mechs look. The Barbatos is still my least favorite of the main Gundams, just like looks-wise. But that doesn't mean that I hate it. I still like it a lot. It's just like if I had to rank them all, it would be at the bottom. What if IBO got a rewrite? Somebody was telling me something about IBO was like it was put together based on like scrapped concepts for 00 and designs. That is very interesting. I've never seen a source for that claim, but I guess it would kind of make sense. Code Geass? Oh man, I don't care for Code Geass like at all. I watched one episode, and I know it's not a very fair metric to judge a show by, but I watched it and I was just like, man, I don't really get the hype. I guess I plan to watch as many mecha animes as I can, even if I don't like them or if they're regarded as bad, because I just want to be as immersed in the genre as I can. But like Iron-Blooded Orphans and Code Geass are definitely at the bottom of the barrel for my watch order, because there's so much other like really good shit out there that I still need to watch. Like I still need to finish Ideon. That's pretty high up on my list. because I did really like what I saw of that. I started watching through that, and then I got busy, and I put it down. I'm not going to start from the beginning on that one, because I do remember where I left off. What would I consider the peak of the peak? Like, if we're just talking main Gundams here, I would say the GPO3 Stamen is definitely my favorite. Can't really explain why it's my favorite. Sorry for the pause there. I was reading chat. I can't really explain like why it's my favorite. I don't know. The design just kind of spoke to me and stuck out to me, and I kind of religiously collect as much GPO3 merchandise as I can. That's why I have both of the Dendrobiums, and why I'm about to get the. Oh no, I have all 3 Bandai Dendrobiums. Yeah, I've got the 1/550 scale. I've got the BB Senshi one. I haven't built that yet. At some point. This click into place or kind of sit there? Doesn't feel like a very stable connection. Oh well. But I've got the BB Senshi one. I've got the 1/144 scale, the 1/550 scale, and then Rodhams is making that. What do you call it? The 1/72 scale one. I have the Master Grade GPO3, the 1/72 scale Rodhams GPO3. I think I've got I've got the old MSIA GPO1, and then I've got the Robot Damashi GPO1 as well. I just really like the GP series line. The 01 through the 04 and the Blossom, like the 00, they're just also good. The designs from 0083 are just very strong in general, in my opinion. 0083 and then Advance of Zeta are definitely my 2 favorite like MS design families. Back toe's fine once the foot is together. Okay, thank God. Because I was like, this thing is literally just sitting there with a little bit of friction. Oh, I see. Okay, so that piece down there holds it in. And it's so funky. I love these, like, I guess, yeah, just super robots in general, but just these kind of unorthodox designs. Like, when you build so many Gundams and it gets really samey because it's like, yeah, they're pretty different, but for the most part, like, building them can get, yeah, samey after a while. And this is very, like, refreshing and new feeling. Like, I've never built something like this before. I never built, like, a Dunbine kit or anything, although I wanted to. Some guy at the con was telling me there's a place by me that actually has, like, the Master Grade Dunbine. And I was like, oh, shit, where is it? And he's like, well, if you're looking for the Master Grade Dunbine, I bought it. And I was like, well, why the fuck would you tell me about it then, dickhead? Speaking of Galgagar, we weren't digging the Monster of the Week. Yes, no, it definitely does get way better. I mean, I'd argue it's really good from the get-go, but it very much does not continue that formula for the rest of the show. Watch up until the halfway point, and then you'll see what I mean, because it kicks into that, like, more overarching story. I believe it's the point where the J arc makes its first appearance, is where that shift basically happens. We definitely need a Zamel kit. I agree. We only have, like, what? There was, like, a Robot Damashi one that was, like, $300. There's a bootleg one. There's a bootleg one that's, like, Master Grade size. That's pretty... I don't know if I would get it. Might. Seen it for a pretty good price on, I mean, it wasn't AmiAmi. It was some other website that seemed questionable, but apparently people buy Gunpla from there all the time, so... Can't remember. It was, like... had like an orange storefront. It's like a well-known site. I just buy from them. One kit that I have been looking at getting recently, I've been looking at getting it for a while. I just don't know why I've never pulled the trigger on it. Honestly, I should, because I haven't seen it anywhere else, and I don't want somebody else to buy it, but it's a Fang of the Sun Dugram kit. I think it's the Max Factory one, if I'm not mistaken. But it's, I think it's like master grade size. I know Zach Aurelius did a review on it, and I was checking that out, and it looked pretty good. It's like the anti-aircraft mounted backpack one with 2 big cannons. I do really like the Dugram design. Speaking of AOZ, you went down a deep dive and you paid a pretty penny for the Hizenthali 2 Raw. Oh man, I'm very thankful that I managed to snag one from last year when they were doing, they did a Black Friday premium Bandai sale, and they reissued the Hizenthali 2 Raw for it. So I managed to get one through that method. It took like 5 months to show up, but no, that's just pre-orders for you. Oh, Knights and Magic. One of my coworkers was recommending that to me this past weekend, actually, yeah. But I'm gonna have a smoke for a minute here. I'm gonna sit here and read the chat and like lean back in my chair, stretch for a sec. Oh, there goes the music again. Thank you, Spotify. Nope, it's actually busted again this time. Hold on. There, it's back. I don't know why it's doing that. It's never done that before. I just have to like keep occasionally unplugging and replugging in my headphones, and then it just starts working again. Like, okay, thank you, computers. Kind flinch. I mean, I just I don't know if you heard it, but I was talking about Iron-Blooded Orphans like the whole time. I was just saying like I tried watching it and it just wasn't for me. Don't like it. Definitely one of my least favorite Gundam shows that I've seen so far. At some point when I've watched all of the good mecha shows that I want to watch, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel of stuff that's on my watch list, I will finish it just to, you know, have watched it, but it does not have my interest like at all right now, except for the designs, because I do like Ippei Gyoba's work. I think his work on Moon Gundam is very strong. He was behind G-Reco as well, right? Or was it? I'm pretty sure he did the designs for G-Reco. I also know that he did the designs for Starwing Paradox. I have the Kotobukiya model of the Solidia half finished in my backlog. I honestly don't know why I haven't gotten around to that yet. That's kind of my problem. If I start a project and I put it down, I like never finish it. I kind of am the type of person who's like gotta always be working on it. or finish it in one sitting, or I'm like not gonna finish it. That's also my struggle with painting. Do I have a passing interest on Super Robot Wars? Yeah, I do. The only thing kind of preventing me from buying Super Robot Wars 30 is just that I want to spend my money on Gunpla more right now. And I'm trying to figure out how it's supposed to be. Oh, I cut out both parts, but I'm only supposed to be building one. I guess I can do this. I'll just set these parts off to the side. But no, I think Super Robot Wars is cool. I watch videos on it and stuff. It's very interesting to me, and it looks like a lot of fun. Normally, I'm not a type of those like I'm not a type of fan of those like JRPG or whatever like turn-based combat games. I think it is, but it looks very cool. The fact that it's just mecha based, it's got super robots in it, is like enough to sell me on it. So I will play it at some point. Super Robot Wars 30. I'm happy it came out on Steam. And yeah, I don't know. I'll play it at some point. McGillis marries a kid. Oh yeah, that I mean I did see that. That happens in like the first few episodes they talk about it. I guess the reason for that is because it's like, what is it? It's like a monarchistic society, like customs and traditions, child brides and stuff. It's like I kind of get it, but at the same time, like holy shit, that's weird as hell. I want something fun, spend time on the Braves. I mean, yeah, I you know, I've watched a bit of Degar and a bit of X-Kaiser, and I've definitely watched all of Gal Gaigar. I want to watch all the Braves eventually. Just between, I guess, working full-time. I don't know. I only like to watch anime when I've got the time to binge it, yes. And I don't have a lot of time for that, so it's hard for me to get into it. Oh, you talking about Giant Robo? Yeah, no, me and my friend were actually gonna watch that soon, because he's the one who I sold on Gal Gaigar. He's a big Giant Robo fan, and he's been telling me I need to watch it. I was like, yeah, it's been on my list. Haven't checked it out yet. MD Geist is another title that I checked out recently and I really enjoyed. When I was at the con, there was a vendor there who had like almost like if there was like a mecha anime that got an English release, he basically had it. So I ended up picking up the Blu-rays for Martian Successor Nadesco and the Blu-ray for Godanar, which I was really happy to find there. And then I picked up it's not Blu-ray, it's just a normal DVD, but it's the director's cut of MD Geist. It's got both OVAs on it, and it's got like they reanimated scenes for the director's cut. Like, how cool is that? Oh, hey, Otaku God. Man, what's up? I haven't talked to you in a hot minute. How have you been? Glad that you stopped by. I hope that you're doing well. Gonna make a mecha mixtape? Bro, I'm excited. That sounds fire. Yeah, I haven't, like, have you been tweeting much lately? Because I've only seen you on the timeline, like, here and there. Like, I haven't, maybe Twitter's just not showing me your tweets that much. That can happen sometimes. It's just weird how Twitter does shit. Friendly reminder that Godanar's second season was funded with Dojins. I believe it, man. I mean, that show was like heavy fan servicey anyway from the start, so kind of leans into that. Did I build this right? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Is the knee supposed to bend like that? Is this like digitigrade legs? Like, am I tripping or do the knees bend inwards? YouSeeGundam was found not guilty on every charge of being a mommy milker's shill. That's not true. Very guilty of that. Got problems and you all know it. Oh, it's for the transformation. Okay, so there's no knee bend, like... Oh, wait, no. I think the knee bend comes from this joint down here. So it just bends above the knee backwards. Okay. I was like, what the hell is going on? This shit is not moving like I thought it was going to move. I keep forgetting this thing's got... It's got like a flight mode, doesn't it? Something like that. Oh, you took a break for health reasons? Hey, that's understandable, bro. Just a thing that happens. It's good to get off the internet for a while. Honestly, as much as I missed talking to everybody when I was gone, being at boot camp and stuff, it was really nice to have a break from the internet. I don't think that I have the self-control to do that when I have access to it, but it is nice. I think it's something that everybody needs now and then. Easy to just get sucked into it, and it sucks because, you know, it is like the main method of communication. You kind of need the internet in our current day and age. But it's like, I don't know, everything in moderation, I guess. Oh yeah, so there we go. It's got like a what? Oh, it does have a double jointed bend. Okay, I didn't want to force it, but yeah, you're right. The top one was just a bit tight. That's nice. Okay, so... And it's got like this weird, fucked up looking bend too. You just have it completely break its legs. That's funny. Cool, cool. I'm glad I didn't build it wrong. Hey man, thanks for stopping by the stream, Otaku God. Yeah, for sure. Go follow him on Twitter. He makes music. He makes like anime related music, and of course he said he's gonna be making that mecha mixtape. I really like his stuff personally. He does make some cool. But yeah, man, take it easy. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, you said you took a break. And I hope to talk to you again sometime soon, just see you on the timeline. Oh, that is cool. I really like, look at that color separation. Okay. There's one leg built right there. That thing. I think I built the right leg by mistake. I put the joint in there like that. Not a big deal. Built the left leg then. They're identical except for the joint. I mean, same thing. The ankles are a little weird. Yeah, they are, because it's on the L-shaped double ball joint thing. I mean, there's a good pivot there. I mean, it seems like you're going to be able to get this thing into some really nice poses, honestly. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, alright, time for the second leg. gonna cut all these parts out right now. I have to keep coming back to it because I know what parts it uses. The nice thing about my new setup as well, now that I have these two little LED panels, they may not be configured the best right now for like the most optimal lighting settings or whatever, but it's so much nicer having these things that I control with a dimmer switch than having like, I used to use two giant soft boxes that were on tripods. Those things were such a pain to like, you know, anytime I wanted to film from a different side of the table, when I wanted to do like the face cam shots or like the product shots or whatever, I'd have to move them back and forth. Oh my god, it was such. And they took up a lot of space, so trying to find like already like filming it in my room, there's not a lot of space to do that. So trying to like actually get them in the correct spots to have good lighting, it was like nearly impossible. You should build that master grade tall geese next. That one's pretty good. I've had my eye on that for a while, but now I'm kind of like, I don't want the regular tall geese because I ordered the tall geese flugel when it dropped first on Premium Bandai. So, do I even need a regular tall geese? I guess I'll get one at some point. Not technically, but that wouldn't be until a while down the line. Because if I build a kit, I don't want to build like the same kit right now. It depends on your setup. I like my LED panels because right now I've got, okay, so I have a loft bed frame in my room. If you follow me on Twitter, I've posted pictures of my setup before. My PC and my workbench are underneath my loft bed frame, so like I have connected the LED panels to like hang vertically from, well, not vertically, but like they're connected to the underside of the loft bed. So if you have a way to attach them on something, they're really good. I don't know what the like model of the ones that I have are because I got them secondhand from the same guy who's sending me my camera, the same guy who sent me this microphone. He just didn't have a use for them anymore, so he's like, yeah, you can have them if you're gonna, you know, get use out of them. So I couldn't help you on like what ones to buy, but I'm liking mine so far a lot. These nubs are getting everywhere too. I need to get like a little broom for my desktop. I did actually, okay, I bought this. This is a little desktop vacuum, but it sucks. And, okay, it sucks not in a vacuum sense. It sucks because it doesn't suck. It is very hard. You can only clean up nubs in like a very small quantity before the little reservoir fills up. And it's not even like the reservoir fills up. It's like it'll get like blocked. Like I think it was just meant for dust or something. But I spent like 20 bucks on the thing. And I can't even barely use it. It's also extremely loud when you pick up the small plastic parts. It rattles like crazy. And it's just the most obnoxious sounding thing ever. So I've just kind of wasted my money a little bit, I guess. I don't know. If you guys have good recommendations for a desktop vacuum that you use for cleaning up nubs, if any of you guys have that, that would be much appreciated. I'm not looking to necessarily get one right now because, you know, spend money on that one. And I'm not looking to, I don't need one, but it was like something I decided to spring for because, like, I guess I could use one. It would make it a little nicer to clean up. But, you know, it kind of turns out I wasted my money. There are good tabletop vacuums. Like, I watch a guy named, Crafta, I think his name is, on YouTube. He's like a Japanese modeler. And he's got one. And I looked up the name because he's got like the name of the vacuum he uses. I looked up the brand or whatever. I don't think they sell them in America. So I figured, like, you know, it can't be that specific. I figured I would get a generic little desktop vacuum and it would probably work the same. And I guess I was wrong. There's a reason Dyson can charge so much. Does Dyson even make, like, desktop vacuums? I know they make, like, floor vacuums, but I don't need a floor vacuum for a desk. I think that would be a little overkill. Maybe you could get, like, one of the little, like, you know, hand vacuums that you, like, push along or whatever, but I wanted something that's small and compact like this that can just sit on the desk. Sweet. Okay, both legs are done. Probably gonna be... Yeah, that's a decent height. That's definitely, like, small master grade size, or, like, I guess a little bit under regular master grade size. Man. You know, you build for long enough and kind of start to get a little crick in your neck. You just stretch more often. Let me clean up these nubs a little bit just to get the workspace a little cleaner. I still need to get some rubbing alcohol because you can probably see my my workspace is very dirty looking, like right here. You can definitely see it. These are where I used to have like Gundam stickers on there, and I just kind of took them off for a cleaner appearance. But now, unironically, I guess not unironically. Now, ironically, it looks dirtier because the adhesive stuck very well, and a bunch of dirt and stuff got... I think I actually dropped this on the ground when I was moving, so all the dirt from the ground got stuck to the adhesive. That kind of sucks. Keep forgetting to get a little thing of rubbing alcohol. Careful with the skirting, they're tricky and sharp. Oh, well, I'm no stranger to sharp pieces. I actually almost made myself bleed working on the Pliobot Gunpla, because that has very sharp pieces. Maybe blunt the edge with high-grade sandpaper. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The only problem is my sandpaper's at my old house still. I've got a bunch of those MadWorks sanding sponges. I love those things, but I'm also planning to invest in some good, like, glass files. I'm not getting the gun primer ones. I think they're overpriced for what they are. I've heard they work very well, but, like, at the same time, I just get normal glass files and, like, a buffing block, and I think that would give me more or less the same results. The hip build is real weird. I would assume so, just because it's a stranger design than Bandai usually puts out, I guess, nowadays, and it's also got a transformation that makes, you know, unorthodox. gotten really good with a hobby knife. I mean, yeah, I can respect that, man. I was never able to get good with them, so I just sprung for the God hands instead. You know, quicker for me. I don't have to worry about gouging the plastic as much, but that's the cool thing about the hobby is everybody's got different techniques. You do what works for you. That is a yellow part. Okay. 4 and I'm guessing this part that I'm working on right now, this is probably like the head bit or something when cybered mode. That's what I would. There we go. That looks like. Thoughts on hand painting versus airbrushing versus spray can? Hand painting. Okay. So, hand painting is definitely trickier to get down, from what I've heard. Um, you need a lot of thin layers to get a consistent look. Something that's definitely more time consuming, but it can also be used in situations like I've seen people use it to recreate like the very old vintage style of like hand painted artwork. It's very effective for that. Some people do it and they do it very well. It's good for certain styles. Rattle can painting is something I've actually been wanting to get into, like trying out to see how well that works. I like my rattle can top coat. But airbrushing for painting, I think generally is like the best way to go. Just because you can do so much with it. You can get a lot of different finishes with it. You get the tool, you get the airbrush and the compressor, and you do so much with it. And it's also the most time efficient. It's the most like simple way to get or not simple. It's the most effective way to get good looking and consistent results. Now there's quite a learning curve to it that I'm still going through myself. I personally don't know a whole lot about it, but I have like airbrushed at least like one full kit. I guess I can't say full kit because I forgot to do the weapons and then I lost the parts. But I airbrushed like the body of it, like the mobile suit. It was an SD kit, so it's nothing like super insane. But for first time, I didn't think it was. Hand painting a miniature style. Yeah, I saw one guy who was like a Warhammer YouTuber. He painted like a goof custom high grade. using like Warhammer painting techniques, and that shit looked. Attach the legs before. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, isn't that what you normally do? I know it's not what the instructions say to do, but like it makes it so much easier to put the legs on if you don't have the skirts in the way. That's usually how they tell you to do it. I hate when they've got the undergates on these curved surfaces. Hard to clean. It's like it's a convex curve, you know, that's nothing. But like concave, the angles can be kind of weird sometimes. Also, the waist build was not that weird. Don't know what you guys are talking about. I didn't think it was anything too insane. I mean, this like complex joint in here is a bit different, but you know, that's not like any transformation. Makes sense. I don't like this little tail section in here, forcing the legs apart. So you kind of are forced to can't make it up any. Not horrible. Yes, I don't know. It's not bad. I wish the legs could come together a bit more. Like if they just took out this little like in there, just made this cut down a little bit more to make perfect. Oh wait, I'm an idiot. I built it wrong. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, my bad. I was looking. I was like, wait, where's this supposed to attach? Okay, my fault. My fault. That's my bad. Your fault. More meantime. There we go. I was like trying to put that on. I was like, there's no place for this to attach to. Okay, never mind. Problem solved. That's much better. Like, you know, it's still got to be out a display thing, but that's a much more natural looking angle. That's cool. And that is very sizable. It's very nice. Definitely has like the construction quality of like a high grade kit, but it is like size of a small. And of course, it's got these like giant feet, so stability is like no problem standing this guy up. guys can get a better look at that. We don't have the backpack on yet, but yeah, wow. Very fun so far. Eat the nubs. I am kind of hungry, actually. You're looking like quite the tasty treat right now. What have I even eaten today? I think I had some waffles for breakfast and that was like it. Edible nut. Yeah, they should honestly start making Gunpla edible. That's like the next reasonable step in evolution for the hobby, I think. You know, people are like, "Oh, I'm selling my Gundam kits. I got to downsize my collection." Make shit you can eat, so when you're done with it, just eat it. Oh, I don't know. Kind of smoke throughout the day, and it makes me forget how hungry I am, so I don't eat a lot. I think that's a bad thing. Literal candy toys? Yeah, why are candy toys not edible? They're called candy toys. If I can't chew on the next Super Mini Plot kit, I'm going to Bandai headquarters and I'm gonna eat them instead. Yeah, somebody mentioned who kind of tempted to get in paint. Yeah, no, for sure. And scribing too. There's a lot of just like open surface on here that you could do a lot of cool scribing and painting on. Just noticed the Usagi stickers. Yeah, I've had those on here, like, I think ever since I started using this cutting mat. So, like, almost since the start of my channel. I really like them. I'm surprised they've lasted as long as they've had. As long as they have. Yeah, I got, like, a bundle of them from, it was, like, wish.com or something. It was, like, $5 for, like, 40 of them. I put the rest of them on my acoustic guitar case, but they fell off of that. This, like, material of the guitar case is softer. Stickers didn't adhere as well to that. It's also not fully flat. It's got, like, a weird texture to it. Oh yeah, are any of you guys gonna get that that premium Bandai what is it? Perfectibility? The new unicorn that they just announced? So far that seems like that's the only perfect grade we're getting this year. No, it's like mid-November and we've heard literally nothing about any kind of perfect grade or Verka news. Oh, I'm gonna put him up here. I'm gonna knock him over otherwise. Edible model kits would have short shelf life. I don't know. They could probably figure out a way around it. I'm sure they can think of something. It's just a matter of time before we get edible plastic. I guess technically you could eat your kits. It just would, like, as they are right now, it wouldn't be good for you and it would be very hard to get down and to like digest, and it would probably make you very sick, but could theoretically still eat them. Probably needs like a little salt or something. A little Cajun seasoning on there. Low try. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. It's really hard. I like building on stream, but I tend to miss things here and there because my attention is not fully dedicated on the build because I am trying to reach. I'll put those on right now before I forget. It might be nice to like when I do build streams to have like what Dave's World does is we'll usually hop in a VC because when he's streaming I'll usually pop over on his channel and talk to him on Discord, keep him company and have conversation. Might be nice to have somebody pop in a VC with me while I stream to kind of be a little like, you know, like a little companion, I guess. Somebody to help me read the chat and somebody to just kind of bounce off of and talk to. I'm not just like, I don't know how to put it, like trying to carry the whole thing on my back, I guess. Have somebody to lighten the load. Not that it's like super stressful or difficult, but you know, it would just make it easier. But these wings are very big, wow. It looks super cool though. It's good that he's got those huge feet because these would definitely cause stability issues otherwise. Cool. All right, now time for all the tiny little stickers. Okay, I actually gotta put thought into the different. Oh yeah, if you want to be like my co-host sometimes, I mean, I might like rotate people coming in and out just to have different people to talk to. But yeah, if you want to do that sometime, I'd definitely be down just to chat with you. I mean, what time zone are you in? I know you're up in Canada. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Oh shit, I totally put the wrong. That one's the. Oh, you're East Coast too? Okay, that works out. So we have like same time. There's supposed to be more shaky hands and yeah. Suppose we hold on one. All right, I'm back. Sorry, my roommate wanted to talk to me. Let's see. What Of course it's Misato. Of course it is. What do you mean, of course? Oh, no me. Did I have like an entire Misato figure collection? I've got a flag. All. I'll actually get a second one. The place that I actually made friends with the guy who owns the company that makes those flags. I've got an Asuka one. I've got a Misato one called Kamikaze Girl. They make really cool design. They have a second Misato one that they haven't reissued yet, but I told him, I was like, you reissue this, I will buy it. And he's like, okay. That might, I might be getting a second Misato flag as well. And I mentioned earlier that I just got a poster for workout motivation because I took a picture that I found off of Google Images and put some text over that says, are you sure you don't want to go to the gym today? And I went to a website that you put a picture in and they make a poster out of it. I paid like $20 for it. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know how fast shipping is. I feel like a week. And I think I paid for like priority shipping. So. How does... A little tricky. Hey man, I was the hunter at the Comic-Con. Oh, you mean like a Destiny hunter? If so, I think I remember you. At the very least, I saw somebody with. Jeez, I can't. So glad you painted yours. Yeah, man. Honestly, like, can't really think it's supposed. Pretty sure. Stickers suck, I say. We all know it. But sometimes they're a necessary evil. Oh, the Bloodborne Hunter. Okay, yeah, definitely. I definitely remember you. We talked about Bloodborne. Yeah. I showed you that. Were you the guy I showed that that new game to? Showed you that like game trailer. I met so many people. I have a bad memory, so I apologize. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like the videos. That's a bit annoying. I don't care for the fact that that doesn't really close up all the way. I wish I had like a way to peg in There's like that. Sticker's fully correct. Yeah, no, I mean, it fine. I'm not going to notice it once it's up on the shelf. Now, these are probably going to peel off because they're wraparound stickers, which are literally the worst ones that you could possibly have. But, I mean, not like they're anything major. Most of the red is color separated. Yeah, wow, those wings really do add a ton. It. That's very, very sized. It stands up pretty well. I managed to get. I did get the new Gundam. Nobody bought it. I told myself that if nobody bought it, I was gonna grab it. I'm pretty sure these little back O's or whatever you want to call them, claws, are supposed to fold down for the transformation, but I'm gonna keep them down for stability. Give you guys a quick little good look at that. That's impressive. Very cool. I'm glad that I picked this up. I've been sleeping on it for a while. What a fun little kit. I mean, it's not little. It's actually pretty much bigger than most high grades. But, you know, then again, Gundam high grade, so it doesn't fall into that, like, 1/140. Yeah, I got the new Gundam. Man, lighting's really making the kits look like shit. It's just kind of like overblowing. I've got the stream up both in OBS and on YouTube because YouTube that way. I apologize that it's making the kit look like shit. I wish I had a better camera. I wish I had better lighting, but it's what it is for now. Okay, let's I don't have too much time left because I've got something I have to do at 7, and I've also got to run my old place to grab. Okay, those are the little high familiar. I'm not gonna build those right now. I'm just gonna build the sword. Get it in his hand. I'm just gonna build those on my own off of stream. But yeah, I've got to go run back to my house and grab some stuff because I have to pack for going to NYC tomorrow. Sadly, no new streams or videos at the very least until next Monday because I'm coming back next Monday. I'll still be posting on Twitter, of course. Hopefully, we'll get some more pictures with some cool cosplayers. I don't really know how much of an opportunity I'll have to do that, you know, being that the con is going to be super busy. I'm going to have basically no downtime. But if some come by the booth, I'll probably get a picture or two. This is from Good Smile. No, this is a Bandai kit. It's a Band Presto original mech from Super Robot Wars OG, but it is a Bandai kit. Speaking of Super Robot Wars kits, I also have the kit of the Huckabee Boxer. It is the bootleg though, and I've heard that that leg is pretty bad because it's a bootleg of a Kotobuki. So, not super looking forward to building that one, but I think the design is really cool. So I have that one to go with this Super Robot Wars kit, even though that one I think is from Super Robot Wars Alpha, if I'm not mistaken. Hope this con's as good as the last one. Oh man, I think it's gonna be better, honestly. I mean, we're gonna be busier, but it's gonna be a really, really cool experience. Again. Yeah, the music died again. Hold on. There it is. Stickers on the sword kind of suck. Oh yeah, I can see that. They're like these little circular ones that are divided into 4 sections, go over like a beveled surface or like a convex surface. That is kind of shit. Oh well. Such is life. I'm not painting this shit, so what it is. For giant robots. Is it Rob or Dave right now? One of you guys is, or is it both of you? You guys just like holding hands, sitting at the computer together, watching drinking a cup of hot cocoa or something. What's going on here? Give tunes. This is Harris Heller's Stream Beats. It's royalty-free music made for. I really like it. It's what I use for all my streams. Playlist on Spotify and YouTube. Okay, cool. Now I need, let's see. Oh, they do give you holding hands for both hands. That is nice. Because sometimes Bandai just likes to give you like a right hand holding hand and nothing. Kind of blows. Over on the blade looks as amazing on stream as it does in person. Actually, not too bad. It's not like, it's kind of like metallic, a little bit like, I'll see. I don't know. It's a nice metallic. It's not like chrome quite, but it's also not like that shitty injection. Whatever you call it, like injection silver, I guess. It doesn't have the marbling to it. Gotta clean up so you can close up the cafe, but you're gonna lurking. Okay, I appreciate it. I mean, the stream's just about to wrap up anyway, just because I'm basically done with the kit and I've got to get going. Just I do appreciate. Tight fit. Yeah, I wish they'd do stuff more like this. Like, not like what they did on the Real Grade High New. I have no idea why they did it like that. It looks horrible. But yeah, that is the Cybaster. It's finished. I mean, I don't know how much of it's going to frame. Let me kind of look at the camera so you guys can get it. It's very, very good sized. This is, yeah, this is I mean, clearly there's some detail painting that needs to be done if you don't want to mess with the stickers. But overall, very cool. I would say it would definitely look way more fantastic if you did a paint job, because there is a bit of marbling you see here in the pearlescent silver. Not as bad as it could have been, but it does. Purple looks good. Plastic was very pleasant to work with. Really doesn't mark. And I don't know, honestly, fun kit overall. I'm very glad that I decided to finally bite the. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here, just because, like I said, I got to run some errands, and the kit is finished. Other than like the high familiar, I'm gonna do those on my own. But yeah, thank you to everybody who tuned in. It was fun talking with you guys as usual. I'm glad you guys showed up. Can't promise exactly when the next stream's gonna be or the next video, but you guys know I work on stuff when I can, and I appreciate you guys' patience. I hope you guys all have a good of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Dip out. Oh, so peace.